What's up guys, welcome to another PTR preview video. This time we're going to cover the Necromancer Poison Scythe / Melee-mancer. You guys seem to like these build previews, so I'm going to keep the ball rolling here. Once everything's fully updated, I'll have the written guide on my website along with an updated tier list and everything like that. The link will be in the description. Just go to bloodshed.com. I also have a variety section, a finance section. Feel free to check it out. Merchandise. It's a nice centralized place so you guys can see all my content and never wonder what's going on with me. Here's the current version of the build I've been working on. Again, remember, things are going to change. The site's going to have the latest and greatest once the season's active. It's pretty much standard classic Poison Scythe, Melee-mancer, but you know, we got that sick ethereal this season around. You basically want to carry the Trigulfang affix on it or the Nayer's Poison Scythe affix on your ethereal. I have the Spreading Malediction passive, which is great. You know, you're going to be cursing. They take more damage when they're cursed, so it all kind of flows together. For the bracers, you could go Lacunis or whatever you want. I always opt for a little bit tankier playstyle because I do play hardcore, so my brain just normally builds like a little bit tankier, you know? When you're at full health, you get the benefit of Aquila, but you could also use the Talrasha chest piece for more attack speed, right? More damage. And then we got Andariels, Volition shoulders. I might as well just quickly hover over everything so you have it, just in case the website's down and maybe you want to pause the video and just kind of see what I was running, you know? Again, 800 Paragon used. Let me make sure I have it. Okay. And, you know, 25 gem levels besides the Legacy of Dreams 99, the Stricken's 25, and the Simplicity is only 26. So if you don't know how to play the build, we have to play around our legendaries. So our first legendary is Nayer's Black Death. You gain 100% poison skill damage for every poison skill you use. So we have Bone Spear, Contamination Mages, Dislocation Armor, Grim Scythe. You can see the stacks, Death Nova, and so you get all 5 stacks here, right? I wanted to use the mage last because when you use the mage, it empties your resource completely, and then we use our generator to build our resource back up. The second legendary is Ledger's Disdain. Grim Scythe deals an additional 80% damage for each point of essence it restores. So we're basically dumping all of our resource with mages and then filling it back up with Grim Scythe. And you want to stun them on Poison Cycle or right before Poison Cycle. So then you're doing that Crispin damage, insane Crispin damage while they're stunned, right? Because you want to take advantage of the triple 100%, right? So it's easy. Just keep up your poison skills, stun on poison, and slap it up. You do have to kind of pay attention to where your simulacrums are. They mimic your ability. So, I mean, you kind of want to have to place them or resummon them around the target, but you'll see that when we're playing. This is going to be one of the stronger builds for the season for Necromancer. So bear that in mind. You might see a lot of these on the leaderboard. And it has a lot of potential, you know. It's not as crazy right now as, say, Firebird Wizard or God DH is overperforming. There's a lot of builds out there that are doing insane numbers. And there could be some adjustments still. We had one balance patch already, which I covered in the previous video. If you haven't watched it, I encourage you guys to check it out in the description, or it'll be, you know, in the videos on the website. So I'm messing up my rotation, but we'll get on track right now. I'm just kind of getting warmed up here. Get that muscle memory flowing. So you'll see as we're attacking really fast, our resource builds up, and then you just cast mages, and then it comes right back down. We're even right now. Again, 800 Paragon, 25 gem levels, pretty good. I'm going to stun him right there on poison. I got teleported, and we're just going to keep meleeing and get our resource back. Look at your stacks, make sure it's always 5. We're on poison, I'm gonna stun and hit. And my mages are not all here, but we took them to half health, so that's good. So you definitely wanna make sure they're like around the target. If you don't wanna use skeletal mages, you can just use a generator or another poison skill and just don't even worry about it. And you'll have higher uptime on DPS, but you won't hit as hard, right? So your mages always get the max benefit, or your clones, sorry, from Simulacrum always get the max benefit here. But you do damage when you have no resource in your tank. So you do a little bit more damage, but you have to sacrifice your positioning. It's a little bit more challenging just to kind of have to watch so many little things. So if you're like, hell no, Blood, you know, I don't want to deal with it. You don't even have to use the mages. Just know you won't have the maximum damage potential, you know, if you do that. I go back and forth. Sometimes I'm like, well, it's more practical application. You know, we have higher uptime on our DPS because we're not casting other things. We're constantly DPSing the whole time. But then again, it isn't as much damage if we always dump. So at least you guys know you have the tools. You can do whatever you want. I'm probably going to dump the resource because it's going to give me a little bit more deeps. This might be the build I play to get my achievement next season. This or Bone Spear, I haven't decided yet. They're both doing really well on the PTR currently. I shouldn't have grabbed the Condi, but you get it, right? It's a really good build. It hits hard. We'll keep going after this. That way there's no issues here. Dump and kill. Cool. Condi ran out, so that's really good. Let's keep pushing. Let's see what people have accomplished on the PTR with Poison Scythe. So seasonal, 130. Poison Scythe with 2,500 Paragon, they did a 130. Here's somebody with 1,336 Paragon. They did a 124, right? That's not that much Paragon to push up into that level. We did a 110 pretty easily in 11 minutes. And we didn't even have like an open map or anything like that with the Poison Scythe build. Right now, I'd probably put it not in S tier, but maybe like an A tier. Somewhere in an A plus to A tier, something like that. It's up there with like maybe Leapquake Barb. Currently, I'm feeling it. Really strong build. And you could build it really tanky. You can even get tankier than what I'm doing, you know? So that's good. You have the option there if you want different type of play style. Here comes Poison Cycle. Let's stun, get an Oculus, and chop him. Chop him down. My muscle memory is not good right now for this build, but hopefully you guys are enjoying the gameplay. Hopefully you enjoy these PTR videos. If you're having fun, don't forget to like the video. It really does help YouTube recommend the video to other Nephilim out there. Keep up my 5 stack, dump resource. And I did Crispins right there, but a little early. A little 2 cycles early on that one. Oh, is it Juggernaut? You can even see we're just smashing this Juggernaut to death, to pieces. Here we go, stun, dump. Doing well here. Normally you're going to avoid Juggernauts, but this build's pretty solid. I mean, we're not using Bane of the Trapped, so there's really no reason to skip it, right? It's usually because Bane of the Trap works off of crowd control. Speed Pylon. Speed Pylon would be really good as you're going to be attacking more often, and you do damage based on how fast you're attacking. You'd have to spam mages more because you're also getting that resource. Like, I'm going to start spamming this. People ask me, I'm using Stone Gauntlets, and how am I not? They're permanently slowed. I get these Stone Gauntlet questions all the time. If you have Ice Climbers, they give you immunity to freeze and immobilize. So it completely negates the negative effects of Stone Gauntlets. And it works like that with like Wrath of the Berserker, Vengeance. Anything that makes you immune to crowd control, it will make you immune to Stonies. So it's like free 250% armor or whatever the value. It's really high armor value. Definitely good use. We got a little open map. Oh man. Let's dump and get ready for our big COE cycle here. You can see how it does take, you have more to manage when you're dumping your resource. But you'll just remember to always hit it in between DPS cycles here. I wanted to do a little bit more than I normally do in the GR because we don't have a speed build for it. It's not that fast for speeds. And I got that Condi, and I didn't want to leave you guys with me just getting a Condi and kicking ass, right? I want to show you the longevity of the build throughout the whole rift. For speeds, you still can use Bone Spear. Corpse Explosion's really good. Lots of options. I'm still experimenting with the best ethereals to use. The Soul Harvest seems to be really good also. It has a stacking attack speed buff, and again, attack speed is how we do a lot of our damage. And with the Black Bog, you get the damage increase instead of the flat attack speed increase. So they're both really good. I need to figure out what I'm gonna go with. You know, even the Black Bog has poison skill damage, so I think they're both better than the Black Hand Key. The Black Hand Key is kind of cool though. Cursed enemies are feared in place for 7 seconds. So that would give you like perma uptime on Crispins. So, you know, it's fun having these options to shift between and kind of test. So again, the final version will be on the written guide on the website. It's nice not to be forced into one. Like you can get, if you get a good one, you can use it in the meantime until you get the best in slot version. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be all for me today. Thanks again for all the support lately. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be all for me today. Thank you again so much for the support. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I will try to get another video out this weekend. Worst case scenario, probably Monday. I'm out. Peace.